All right. Good evening once again. Welcome to DigiTech Zeal Hub. This is keys/things coding class 2026. So yesterday we started looking at introduction to coding properly, and we discussed some topics which I said they are very, very important as part of the foundation we need to have. In yesterday's session, we talked about what is the definition of code. In that same session, we talked about, so I would like you to, we discuss what is code in that section. In that same session, we talk about what is coding. I'm just recapping. You may not need to write this aspect. I just want to connect us back to the class. So we talk about what is coding, and then we'll also discover. We'll also discuss coding, or let's say what benefits. Talk about benefits. We talk about benefits of keys/things learning coding. Learning coding. We discuss all this. We also talk about coding languages. I hope I'm in line with what we discuss. Can I get a response? Talk about coding
Yes, sir.
languages. And under this, we discuss the 3 languages that are involved in this training package, starting from HTML. I explained to us the full meaning of HTML. We talk about CSS, and then we'll also talk about Python. These are some commonly used programming or coding languages. And then I think lastly, we talk about coding platform or IDE. Talk about coding platforms or IDE. Can somebody remind us the full meaning of IDE? Who can try? Who can tell us the full meaning of IDE? Can anybody tell us without looking at your notes? Who can?
Integrated developer environment.
Integrated development environment. Okay. So can someone help us to define it? What is actually the purpose of having it in our system as coders or programmers? Can any other person try? Please keep reminding them in the group. Akachi, keep reminding them in the group. We still have some of them that have not joined this class. Okay, so in order not to waste our time, I told us that the IDE is a platform, is an application that we must install that help us to write, test, and debug our codes. Now, after that, the next topic that we discussed was how to set up, if I'm still correct, how to talk about how to set up coding environment. Can somebody confirm this if actually we discuss this? Coding environment. Did you discuss this? How to set up coding environment.
So,
We discussed this, right? I think so. Why I'm doing it because there are other classes that I had, so I need to know if this was your class activity. So as I'm writing them, anyone you feel that it wasn't covered or treated in your class, feel free to object it. All right, so basically these are the topics that we discuss, and it means that at this point, whether you are using a mobile phone or you are using a laptop, you have your IDE set up, because we want to take off today on proper coding, starting with the first language. All right, so now let's quickly look at what I have for us, and that I'm going to switch to the application interface as I continue the rest of the training. Okay, so this is the IDE. Now, I would like to confirm if we are, I would like to confirm, I hope you are still seeing my screen. Please, somebody should confirm. Can you see my screen? I hope you are still seeing my screen. Somebody should confirm. Okay, now,
Yes, sir.
I want to be sure if we are actually better with this black background, because we can actually change the background. Let me try changing it at the same time to also show you how you can change your IDE background if you are not okay with the black background color. So you click on this setting here, and then you go to theme, select theme color. Then we have different color here. So let me go to this. So I want you to confirm from your end which one is better. Should I go ahead with this white, or I should go back to the black background? I need two people to confirm. The first person who is confirming, let's do that real quick, please. Like I told us, one of the okay, so sorry, in that break in transmission. Okay, so I was asking, are we okay with this? Are we seeing the code better with this, or I should go back to the black background? If nobody is confirming, then I will just go back to the black background. Nobody have said anything, so I'm going back to the black background. I believe nobody has even complained that they are not seeing what I'm writing. So let me believe that.
The black is that.
Okay, so the black is better. Okay, that is what somebody just said now. Now you can also increase the viewing size by holding down the control and then you press plus sign. So you can use it to either increase or reduce the size of your code in case you are not seeing it. So I'm going to probably zoom in and zoom out to allow all to see properly. All right, so let's start with programming comments. Let's write that. That's the first thing I want us to understand before we proceed properly. We are looking at programming comments. So these are part of the fundamental things we need to know. So right, programming comments. Let's start from that. What is a comment in programming or in coding? When somebody is coding or writing code, whenever he or she uses the word comments, what does that mean? Right. Comments are just narration. Comments are just narration or statements, which they are just narration or statements are used to explain. I hope we are writing. Used to explain codes. Used to explain codes. All right, so what do we do with comment again in programming? Somebody unmute and talk back to me. Akachi, what did I say is comment again? Akachi is not here. Afolabi, you
Yeah,
can.
you said that comments are narrations or statements used to explain code.
Good. Please, once I call your name, just quickly unmute and talk back to me so that we can move faster. All right. So,
Okay, sir. Sorry.
which means that you can see that. Let's add this note. Let's add this note so that we can understand it properly. Why we said that it's just a mere statement, all right, which we use in explaining code, either to ourselves or to the third party. So let's look at this note. Comments are not executable. Comments are not executable by the language. So what it means that the language does not care about the comment. So it sees the comment as your personal business, that you are the one writing that to explain what you are doing to yourself. Right? So if I execute, remember in the last class, I've showed us how you can test your code. Once you have installed your Lifesaver, I said you right click and then you go to what? Open with Lifesaver. Now let's see whether the whole of this will be displayed there. Just to confirm that statement, that comments are not executable. You are going to see that the browser will not display all this. Why? Because they are in comments form or comment notation. All right, so once we have previewed it, I'm going to show us how you can create comments. So you can see it now, nothing is displayed. So the program is practically telling us that you have not written any instruction to be executed. Well, you and I know that is a comment. We have written something, but whatever we wrote, they are comments. They are not stuff that should be executed, like I have mentioned here. So, but why is it necessary for us as coders or programmers to endeavor to always use comment to explain our code? For example, in technology, no single person knows it all. That is one thing you must have at the back of your mind. Never think that you actually knows it all. You must depend on someone. You must collaborate. In tech, we are not selfish. You can't say that I don't want to belong to cycle of people. You don't isolate yourself. It's very dangerous in tech because things advances so fast that if you are alone, you'll be left behind. So there is need for you, no matter how expert you are, there is need for you to always work with group of people that are in that field that you are, so that if any of them get an update, they can share it with you. All right. So from that, now we cannot see why comment is very important, because it means that if we are to build an application, I am not the only one that will write the entire code. So there is an aspect that I'm better off. So I'm going to write my code as an expert in that area and hand it over to another person to continue from where I stop. So by the time my code gets to the next person, how would that person interpret my code? How would my code be explained to him to know what exactly I wrote those code for? That is why I am advising that as you are starting your tech journey with coding, learn to be using comment. You are going to be seeing me doing that. Each time I'm introducing a topic, you will notice that I will use a comment. Each time I'm breaking a particular content down, you will see me using comment. So comments should not be avoided as a programmer. I hope we are following. Can I get a response from one person if you understand what I just explained? Afolabi,
Sir.
Oreba, I cannot still hear you. If you can hear me, I would have loved to hear from you to know if you are in the class. Okay. All right. So let me assume that we are all following. Now you understand what is comment. All right. So now, how do we activate comments? How do we activate comment? How did I activate this sign? This is comment line. Now I want you to draw this comment sign. Write comment sign in HTML. Is this? Just draw this. Whatever. So your comment here, your comment here. So once you have inserted this icon, this sign, in between, you write whatever you write in there, just like I wrote your comment here, will be treated as a comment, will be treated as a comment. Are we together? So now, how did I compose it? How did I compose it? How did I compose the comments? How did I compose it? What I did is that, look at it. Let me go to an empty line. For those that are using laptop, you can check it out. If you check your keyboard, you will see a button that is spelled like this. They wrote probably TRL. It's called control. Then once you can find it, you hold it down, press it down, and then you locate by your right hand side, you are going to see /, which is what? This icon, sorry, this slash. So you hold down the control and locate where you have that /. When you combine these two buttons together, so I'm pressing it now, I have pressed down the control, and then I'm looking for that /. That is where you have the question mark. So once you press it, you see that it will give you that comment sign. Did anybody understand that? Akachi, is that clear? Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I have who is joining as Bliss and Brain. Who is the person? If you can unmute and tell us your name. Who is joining as Bliss and Brain?
Good evening, sir.
Okay. I think we know you to be Galaxy A9, Abi. You are the one that normally join with Galaxy A9. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, you join late. Next time, don't join late. So you join the class late. We should know our time. When next is our class? When next is our class after this class? Akachi.
On Thursday.
On Thursday. So just know that every Thursday and Friday, 5 p.m. to what? 7 p.m. is our classes. Everybody should always plan towards it. We don't have to keep reminding you now and then. You should know. Okay. So this is how you write comment. All right. Now, I want you to write something like this. Just write something like this. Draw the shape the way it is. This angle bracket, the exclamation mark, the two dots, write your comment sign here, and then just sketch it like that, the way it is in your notes. And yes. So now we understand what is comment. So I want to clean this and then move to the next topic. Okay, let me still leave it. It's possible that some persons are still writing. Now, let's look at introduction to HTML properly. Introduction to HTML properly. So you can see that I'm using comment now. So let's go there, right? Introduction to HTML properly. In our last class, I just paraphrased. But since we are going to start writing code relating to it, let me still emphasize on it a little bit before we take off properly. Introduction to HTML. All right, so I told us that HTML means Hypertext Markup Language. We have already explained that. The HTML stands for what? Hypertext what? Markup Language. Then, by definition, We define HTML as a markup language. We defined it as a markup language. Now, I want to pause here and explain something to us. When we say HTML is markup what language? What are we actually saying? How many of us have been to building sites where they are digging the foundation or where they want to start laying the foundation? You will notice that they will run some rope, isn't it? You will see them using rope to define the four corners of the building. Then they will now start by setting some rope to create the space of the trenches where they are going to dig to probably lay the concrete. So which means that they are doing what we call what? Setting up or markings. They are marking out the building. They are structuring the building. They are defining the shape of the building. That is how HTML is. So when we say that it's a markup language, it means that it is the language that defines the structure of our website. All right, so that is the meaning of what? That markup language. So we can write it now. Like I said, I'm explaining it officially now. That is, it is a language. Take note of this. It is a language that defines, it is a language that defines the shape or structure of our website. All right. That is what it means. It is a language that defines the shape or structure of our website. So if we log into a website right now, we are going to find out that it is the HTML that actually helps us to add all those information. Because at the end of the day, it is those information that form the shape of a website. The arrangement of those content in the website will either tell us that our website is a square shape or is a rectangle. So one thing we must take away from here is that HTML is what defines the structure of a website. So there is no website without what? The input of HTML. All right, and that is why we are starting with it. That is why we are starting with it. I hope we are writing. Afolabi, I hope we are writing. I told us yesterday to snap and post our notes. After this class, I want to see all your notes posted in the group. Right? So now, let's take it further. Now we understand HTML from that perspective. All right? So let me give us another definition. So you can also add this one. You can add this one that HTML is used to add content. It's used to add content to our website. That is what I just explained the other time. You can, for example of content. Let's look at the example of content that can be added with the HTML. Examples of content, because we are going to create some of them in this section. Example of content that can be added to a website with HTML. Example of content that can be added to a website with HTML. Number one, headings. Headings. For example, now you visit a website. Let me see if I can open a browser. Okay, we'll open a browser here. So I think I need to be showing us some of this. So if I go to, let's say which website should I go to now? if I go to, let's say, MTN, if I go to MTN, let's say www.mtn.com. If I go to this website, because I'll have to be showing us what was designed with HTML. So as you can see here, okay, sorry. Sorry, just give me 1 second. So now this is what I want, or because at the end of this training, we are supposed to build something equivalent to this. We are supposed to create a website, to create a simple website. So for those of you that your parents have small business, after this training, you should be able to create a website for them so that they will see that the money they paid actually yielded results. Now, look at this. You see this information, FY 2025. This is a heading. This was created with HTML. All right. All these tests, anything test, all the write-up you are seeing here, all the pictures that are in this website, they were all created with HTML. So you can see how important. So there's no website. All this was now, all this write-up, this is another heading, our value. All these images, they were all created with HTML. So now we are looking at what are some of these contents that we can actually add to our website with the help of the HTML. So I will know how useful it is. The first ones are headings. So I just showed us some headings. The second one is images. All right. The second one is images. So all the pictures you see in a website, they are what? They are what? All the pictures you see in a website, they are all published or created with HTML. Now, if you visit some website now, if you visit, let me go to YouTube now. If you visit YouTube, I want to show you another thing that was created with HTML so that you know that HTML is a serious language, that if you can pay attention and learn it, when you finish your school, you will start what? Making money with it. Right? So this is our YouTube page. You can see most of the videos, all the classes. This is where I am what? Uploading them. Let me show us. All right, so these are videos. Now, as you can see, all these videos, they were added with what? HTML. All these videos, they were added with HTML. So you can see that HTML does a lot. Is anybody still following? So which means that what should be the next example of HTML as a content that can be created? Video. Let's make sure we write all these videos and probably audio. So if you are creating a website for all these music artists, they are going to ask you to publish, to upload their audio. Once they release a video, they will tell you publish it in their website. Okay, I hope we are together. Are we together? Let me hear from okay.
Yes.
Okay, so at least now we have an idea of some content. In fact, let me add another one. Links. All those links that you click that takes you from one place to another, all these were created with HTML. All right, so now what have we learned in this section? We have learned what comments are in programming. That comments are just statements you use to explain your code. We have also learned what HTML is all about. That is a structural language. It's a language that we use to define the structure, the shape, the content of a website. And now we have also looked at some of the example of some of the content that we are going to learn how to publish across our website. All right, are we done writing? So that, okay, let me just, now that take us to the next topic. And what is the next topic? The next topic is what? Understanding HTML tag. Understanding HTML tag. HTML tags. You can put understanding HTML tag / building block. Understanding HTML tag / building what? Blocks. Write it this way. Understanding HTML tag. I want to clean some of this to avoid distracting you. Understanding HTML tags / building what? Blocks. So the next topic now, the next thing we need to understand under this main topic is what is HTML tag. I hope we are writing what is HTML tag. What do we mean by HTML tag? HTML tag, right? Sorry. What do we mean by HTML tags? Now, anytime you are speaking HTML as a coding language and you use the word tag, it means what? Those blocks. You know, we are seeing it from the angle of the physical building that you see people what? Erecting in sites. How did they form the building? Can somebody unmute? Okay, let me call name. Follow me. If you have ever been to where they are building house, those blocks that they mold, what did they do with them? Those blocks that they mold, what did they do with them? What did they do with those blocks? You know, the mold blocks now, your voice is very faint.
They use it,
Okay.
they use it to build the houses,
What
to
would they
raise
do?
it from the
What would they
foundation.
do? That means they will lay the blocks, they will arrange them. Abi? And as they are
Yeah,
arranging the blocks,
yes,
what is happening? The shape of the building is coming out, right? Good. Which means that your
yeah,
house, the house you are in right now, the shape of that house is formed by what? The blocks, right?
blocks.
Good.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah,
a website design, the tags, they are called what? The building blocks. So in case you are asked anywhere that in physical building, we use those molded blocks to build the house. In website building, what do we use? What represent the blocks? You call it what? Tags. Are we together? Bliss and brain. Can you respond to this? Right? Bliss and brain. Tags means what? Blocks. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Good. So anytime you are using HTML to code and somebody say create a tag, it means you mold a block. You understand it now? Create another tag, mold another block. Then at the end of the day, the alignment of all the tags will give you what? The website. So let's define it officially. Let's write definition for tags. Right. HTML tags. HTML tags are the building, they are the building blocks. They are the building what? Blocks. All right. Use to add content. Use to add content to a website. Use to add content to what? A website. All right. So I'll give us another definition B. We can also say that the HTML tag are the keywords. The keywords surrounded by angle brackets. Surrounded by what? Angle bracket. They are the keywords surrounded by what? Angle brackets. Surrounded by angle brackets. So what do I mean by this? This is what we mean by angle brackets. Can you see this now? This is, make sure you draw this shape and label it angle bracket. That is what you are seeing here. You can see it here. The moment you created the file and entered .html, then it brought out what? This angle bracket, which tells you and I that what? A tag. All right. So now I'm going to ask you a few questions, and once I call your name, you unmute and respond. I want to start with Afolabi. Afolabi, what is this called? What I'm highlighting, what is it called? From this description now, what is this that I just highlighted? Don't waste my time. Afolabi, I've said it once. I call your name. Quickly unmute.
I think is a comment.
Okay. Akachi, what I highlighted, is it a comment or what is it called? I want to know whether he got it. Sorry?
It's a tag. It's a tag.
It's a tag. So correct yourself, Afolabi. This is not a comment. All right? This is comment. Once you have the exclamation mark like this. Now, this is a tag. How did I know that is a tag? Look at the definition. Keywords surrounded by what? Angle bracket, which means that this body is a tag. Why? Because it's surrounded by what? Angle what? Bracket. Others, hope you understand that. Forever, I hope you are following. So Reva, following here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So any write-up that you find inside the angle bracket, please always know that it's a tag. All right. So let's also note this. It's very important. Note this so that you know we are going to see it playing out now. Notes. HTML does not display. Take note of this. Does not display tags to users, to those that are going to view the website. HTML does not display tags to them. HTML does not what? Display tags to users. Instead, write it, instead, it uses the tags to display. It uses the tags to display content on a browser. Instead, it uses the tags, so it does not display the tag itself. Because why? Because it is only you and I as programmer or coders that can interpret it. So why would users see them when they don't know them? Let me show you this now. Let me just do an example. Let's say I want to use a tag to display my name. If I type H1 now and I say Eguero Prosper, just watch what is going to. So what exactly do I want to show users? I don't want to show user everything in this bracket. I don't want the user to see H1. I don't want the user to see anything inside. So which means that the HTML language only needs this tag to display Prosper, to display what? Eguero Prosper to the user. So the users are not expected to see any tag. Now let's go to the front end. Like I taught us yesterday, how we can check, because this is the back end. This is your development back end. The users are not supposed to see. This is where you are posting stuff. Now, how would they see it? You right click, like I taught us yesterday. You locate what? Open Live Saver. Now, I want you to watch. Look at it. Eguero Prosper came. Can you find the H1 in the angle bracket? Akachi, can you find it?
No, sir. No.
Instead, we are only seeing what? The contents. Now this is exactly why I said that HTML does not display the tags to user. Instead, it uses those tags to display. So which means that what? It is the tag that actually what molded this outcome. So you cannot say that because it does not use a tag, because it does not display the tag, you cannot come and just write it like this. It's not allowed. You cannot just come and write it without putting it what? Inside a tag. All right. So you must wrap any content you are creating in a tag, because it is the responsibility of the HTML to know how to display whatever is in between the word, the tag. All right. So now let's look at HTML. Any question, please? Any question? Please always feel free to ask questions. So this is equivalent to physical class. That's why it is called live class. All right, live Zoom class. All right, so we are only leveraging on technology to save cost. Imagine some of you that are joining from Port Harcourt, how much it will have cost you before you can come to our server to receive this training. So it's assumed that we are in one room. So if you are in one room, if you don't understand something, you should feel free to ask. All right, so we are not actually distanced from each other. Any question, please? Do we have any question? Do we have any question? Okay, which means everything is clear, right? Afolabi, Akachi, Oreva, Bliss, and the rest. I hope we are still on the same page. No question. It means everything is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now that we have learned what HTML tag is, let us look at examples of HTML tags. Let's look at examples of HTML tags. Let's look at examples. Let me use capital letters so that we can see it. Examples. So this will now start taking us to the practical, which everybody must practice before the next class. You practice, screenshot, put it in the group. You must not wait till the next class. Example of HTML tags. Examples of HTML tags. So number one is this, copy this one. And after you have copied this one, you write it as okay, this is how we are going to do it. Your first example should be like this. Don't write that one yet. Just say what? Example one, heading tag. Let's capture it like this. Heading tag. So we have some set of tags that are referred to as heading tags. All right, so let's look at their definition before we take their examples. So under heading tag, let's understand what are heading tags first before we look at the example. Now we have, let's define them, that these, right, these are tags. These are tags used for creating headings. in a website. I hope you are writing in a website. These are tags used for creating headings in a website. I just showed us what headings are the other time. Example of heading: about DigiTech Zeal Hub. About DigiTech Zeal Hub, which means that is a capture, that is a heading. So I am going to say something under it. So anytime you are creating heading about students, about admin, about Nigeria, so long is a heading, you are supposed to consult one of these heading tags. All right, so we have them in 6 ranges, or let's say we have them in 6 number. For example, we have them, so you cannot list this. You can say that it ranges from H1, so write it like this. It ranges from H1 to H1 to H2 to H6. I hope we are writing. So it ranges from H1. So in other words, we have H1 for creating, all of them are for creating heading. You can choose any one. You can use, some of us, when we are creating heading, we can choose to use H1. Some persons can use H2. Some can use H3. Some can use H4. But you cannot use H7. It stopped at what? H6. All right. So let's create 6 heading. So this is one. I've already created this one. So copy this. So now I want to copy this same information so that I will duplicate it for the rest. Just for you to know the differences between these H1, H2. So I can just type what? H2 and then put the same content. Now, anytime you want to create another tag, you shouldn't press enter here. Look at the way it expanded it. Instead, what you should do is this. Let me go back. Anytime you want to go to the next line, always make sure that your cursor comes out here before you press enter, so it doesn't break down what the previous one. So I'll type what? H3. We are going to up to H6. So just make sure that you may not need to write the content. Just write H1 to H6. So H4, let me put this. And then let's look at H5, H5, H6. Remember I told you that I stop at what? H6. Now look up. Let's go to the front end now. You see what happened? Now you can see how it reduces the size. So I want somebody to observe something and tell me what he or she observed. What do you notice? Let me know whether you can find out.
I noticed that next one is the biggest.
Good. Perfect. So if you are creating, if you want big heading, which of the heading tag you should use? You use H1. If you want small, if you want the smallest heading, you use what? The H6. All right. Though when we get to CSS, we can make H6 to be bigger than H1. But that is when we get to the styling language. All right. So what we are going to be learning is that we are going to be learning HTML and CSS together. But once we have done, probably the whole of this class is for HTML. Maybe the next one we will start CSS. So once we have learned HTML and CSS, then before we will now round up the training with Python. All right. So like I told us, there's possibility of next week making it what? 3 times. There are times I can just send a message that we are adding additional day once we get to the main practical in order to cover a lot before the resumption. Okay, so now we have seen the practical demonstration of the heading tag. Now, when you leave this class and they ask you, what are the examples of HTML heading tags? You say we have H1 to what? H6. And they ask you, what are they used for? You say they are for creating heading. All right, so have we written all this? Because I want to clear all this. I hope we have written this. Like I said, just write H1 to H6. You don't need to be writing them like this. But if you are a fast writer, I believe you must have written them. Okay, so now let's look at, I can highlight all this code like this and then press that control and / that will automatically convert them to comment so that they don't display again. If you go back, you will not find them because I don't want them to show again. So that for those that are still writing, can still access it. So that is the first tag. The first tag is the heading tag, and we have demonstrated it. But let me look at these tags. Make sure that you are following the tags or you take them also as an assignment. So task 1, what are we asked to achieve? This is like somebody is telling us that we should publish "Welcome to DigiTech Zeal Hub" as a heading in their website. So the task 1 is that what? Create welcome. Make sure you are taking note of everything because you will have to sit down and practice everything after the class or maybe at some point. Create welcome to DigiTech Zeal Hub. Right? So let's say we are asked to create this. Create welcome to DigiTech Zeal Hub. Now, what are we asked to do? We are asked to display what? Welcome to DigiTech Zeal Hub on our website page. So which means that we are going to use, which of the tag do you think we are going to use? Can somebody unmute and tell us which tag, which building block do we need to publish welcome to DigiTech Zeal Hub on our website? Which of the block do we need?
HTML1. H1.
Good. We can use H1, we can use H2. So I will just type H1. Then I will write what? Welcome to DigiTech Zeal Hub. Welcome to DigiTech Zeal Hub. Welcome to DigiTech Zeal Hub. So let's go to the front end and check if we have actually published that. So I will just right click and then select what? Open Live Saver. So you see that what? Perfect. So you can see that we have started building our website. We have just, if somebody visit our website, they are going to see a greeting message that says, "Welcome to DigiTech Zeal Hub." All right, so that is one of the way we can confirm the heading tag. Now let's look at the next example. The next example, remember I say heading tags. The next example, example 2 of HTML tag. That is how you write it. Let me put it here. Example 2. Example 2. I believe you are also verified. That is why I would prefer you guys are joining with your laptop so that you can share your screen and be seeing what you are doing. If you are making mistakes, so I can correct you. Because at the end of the training, if I cannot ascertain what you have achieved, there will not be certificate for you. So it's better you learn to be showing me what you are doing. Now, example 2 of HTML tag. Example 2 of HTML tag is paragraph tag. Paragraph, let's write paragraph tag, which is always represented with this, just letter P inside the angle bracket. So this is paragraph tag. So this P represents what? Paragraph. So let's quickly look at what we can actually achieve with it. Just like the way we explained the heading tag that is for creating heading. So what type of block is this? What kind of building can we use it to build? What kind of house, what kind of content can we use it to add to our website? So here, I will just say this, because it's just one. We don't have it like P1 to P6. No, it's just one P. So we can say what? This is used to create sentence. Sentence can be more than one line. Sentence or multi lines text. Multi-line text in a website. Multi-line text in a website. Are we communicating? Multi-line text in a website. Okay? So that is the function. For example, look at it here. Here, we just published welcome to DigiTech Zeal Hub. But we want to say something about DigiTech Zeal Hub. Let's say DigiTech Zeal Hub is an online, reliable tech training platform where you can learn quality tech skills from experts such as cybersecurity. All these that I'm saying now, they will have exceeded one line. So it's not just one line. So once you want to write any form of text that will span beyond one line, then you don't use heading tag again. You don't use any of these H1, H2. You use what? P tag. So what is the task? What is the task? The task 2 here, this is what we are asked to do. So you take this as an assignment or write away in the class. You can be replicating all this. So here we are asked to do what? Now explain, let's say this is the task. Explain who is DigiTech Zeal Hub. Explain who is DigiTech Zeal Hub. You can see. Explain who is DigiTech Zeal Hub. So I'm to say something. Let's say somebody asks me now, who are you? What do you do? What do you guys represent? I want to explain. So then I will now come here and say, oh, it's P. Just press letter P and press enter. So I will now start DigiTech Zeal Hub. I hope we are following. Let me get a response from 2 persons. I will say DigiTech Zeal Hub. Okay, is
Yes, sir.
okay, an online technology training platform. You can break it down like this, where people are connecting.
I'm not seeing where I type.
You are not saying, can someone else confirm that? Are you guys seeing where I'm typing? Let me know whether it's only
No,
for
sir.
Yeah, I can see it.
No, I cannot.
you can.
Someone else is sharing the screen, so it
Very-
blocked it.
Who is sharing? Please, everybody should stop sharing. If you know you click on share, please just stop sharing. Can you all see it now? I want to confirm that before I proceed. Let me stop sharing and share again. Wherever you were sharing, okay.
No, sir.
Wherever was sharing. I think that is the reason. Wherever you have to stop sharing, except you have question. Except you need my attention, wherever. Why were you sharing before? Do you need my attention? Let me know. Okay, so let me assume that maybe she mistakenly clicked on share.
No, sir. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, so now can you all see the screen now? Let me confirm if I proceed.
Yes, sir, we can
Yes,
see it.
sir.
Okay, so platform where people are connecting from different parts of the world. Different parts of the world to learn. Different parts of the world to learn tech skills. So you can see I'm just writing so that it will exceed one line, because we say when you want to create multiple line, you don't use heading tag, you use b tag, right? So I can just put a full stop here. I can come here and say, I can say at DigiTech, you don't need to write all of them, at DigiTech Zeal, at DigiTech Zeal Hub, DigiTech Zeal Hub, comma, we offer the following training. So I would say number one, cyber security. 2, web site creation or development, like we are learning right now. Then, digital marketing, data analytics, and so on. Now, you can see that this has exceeded one line. Now, let's go to the front and check. You can see it. Now, but there is something I want to show us. It's too long. I want to convert it to like 4 lines so that everything can be packaged under what? This heading. So here we are going to look at one of the tag. Is a tag. It's called break. Now, for the fact that you break them here does not mean that you can say that everything still appears straight line, because enter does not mean go to next line in coding. So everything is assumed to be probably 2 lines as we saw it there. So if from here, I want here to be in a separate line, here another line, here another line, what you are going to do, that very place where you want to break it from, you go there and type this, BR, like this. This BR means what? Break. It means that what? From here, force the next information down. So this place, I want it to go down. Here, I want here. So I'll put break from that point where I want it to go down. So I want all of them to be mentioned like this. So I just copied it and I'm just pasting it to save my time, since it's the same tag. So before the last one, there's no point. Now, if we go back to the front end, you see that what? You have been able to what? To break them. Do we understand that? Let me get response from 2 people. Did you understand the function of the BR?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me give us some time to write this so that you can take note of where. So take note that the BR is breaking tag, is a tag also. So which means that today we have learned 3 tags. The heading tags, all those ones, they are like 1. The paragraph tag and the break tag. Are we done writing? So I want everybody to, those that are using phone.
No, sir.
Okay, those, once you are done writing, those of you using phone, laptop, everybody, oh yeah, you must code it, publish the same thing. I want to see everything like this. That is your classwork now. So that is your classwork. Once you are done with your own, those of you using for screenshot and post it, this is what you send to me. You screenshot these results, send this one, and then you screenshot your code, send it to the group. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting. So everybody code. We are coding this heading, we are coding this paragraph, and we are also adding the break. So that is our classwork now. So we need to master this one before we. River, if you can hear me, please share your screen.
Sir, I'm done with mine, but I sent it to the group.
Okay, the person that said, I think that was a River. Please kindly share your screen. Let's see it. That is where we are going to stop, but I want to see the results of what we have done before we. Okay, so we are coming on your screen now. Okay, perfect. That is good one. Let me see the browsers end again. Let me see the browsers end again. Perfect. Okay. All right. Any other person still writing so that we can close? Bruno, are you writing? Bruno, are you writing? Bliss. I think I have.
No, sir. Sir, I'll send them later on.
Okay, Bliss and Brain. Are you writing? I can't hear from Bliss and Brain. I think they are the only one remaining. If I can hear from them so that we can close the line. I want to know if they are writing so that we can you can show us what you have written as well. Can they even hear me?
No, sir.
Are you guys writing? I'm waiting to hear from you people. Are you not joining with laptop?
Sir. No, sir.
No or yes, please let me hear you very well.
No, sir. We're not joining with. We're joining with.
Okay, but you have access to the laptop before the next class, right?
Why is the laptop to do it? The classwork, sir.
So have you done it on your laptop?
No, sir.
What is happening? You cannot write it. I want it done. You snap it and send it to the group. If you are writing it there, what is happening? Is it that you cannot write it?
We can write it.
What is the issue? I want to know why you are not writing the code. Or are you still writing it now?
No, sir.
Why have you not been able to write it? What is the challenge? That is what I'm asking. Is it that you cannot do it? Does it mean you are not following? Hello, answer me before we close the line. No, I want to make sure that.
So if I click on that file menu and press new, open its folder, it will not show me that coding practice.
That is why you should have joined with the laptop so that we can show you. That means you are not practicing what you are doing since.
His laptop I'm using, sir.
Wait, you are writing the code with laptop, Abi?
Yes,
Please,
sir.
don't mute yourself until I'm done with you. Leave your mic on. Leave your mic on. Now, but the Zoom that you are using to join this class, is it on your laptop?
No, it's on the phone.
The Zoom should be in your laptop so that you can share your screen just like the way Oreva shared her screen now. Because if you are able to share that laptop screen now, I should be able to guide you on what to do, not joining with your phone and you are writing with laptop. All right. Is it that people don't have the Zoom app in the laptop?
Yes, sir. We don't have it.
So what will happen now is that you have to tell your people know how to install it now. Were you not in the class? Or
Yes.
you just you go to you download it now, or you tell your parent to set up the Zoom app on your laptop. That the next class you'll be joining with the laptop, or even though you are joining with the phone, wherever I get to I get to the aspect of I want to see your work. You now also log in with your laptop. You can actually log in with your laptop and log in with the phone at the same time. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So your assignment, those of you that are not able to show me your work in the class, your assignment, you are taking this as an assignment. Make sure that you do it, screenshot, send to that WhatsApp group before the next class. Is that taken?
Yes, sir.
There won't be
Yes,
any,
sir.
there will not be any excuse. So I will not listen to any excuse. If you are having difficulty, chat me up. Let me know whether you are getting it or not. I wouldn't want anybody to come here and start saying on Thursday that I couldn't do it. So if you are trying it and you cannot do it, feel free to chat in the group. Describe the challenge you are facing. Somebody might help you, or I may even come in if I'm less busy to assist you. I hope that is clear.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes,
So,
sir.
okay. So,
Sir, when will the video be made available?
what?
When will this video be made available?
The previous one has been made available, Abi, the one of yesterday.
Yes, I'm talking
Yes,
about this
sir.
one now. We think we'll do that tomorrow.
Yes, this one you will get it tomorrow. You get it tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right. All right. Bye for now, everybody. Go and practice more. Just play around all these things. See you next class.
Yes, sir.